It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Utah Jazz. Well, for Utah, they are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. And tonight, Shaq, we're going to see Gordon Hayward, one of the most versatile, talented swingmen in the league.
First, Ernie, let's give this guy a hand clap.
All right.
Great
hand clap.
Yes.
How about a round of applause?
Yes,
A round of applause. There you go.
You know, great to see him back in action. Takes a lot of courage to overcome that kind of injury.
Yes, he's tireless worker, and I love his game. He makes improvements to his game every single year, so this will be a lot of fun.
And now it's time for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
And now your Boston Celtics starting lineup. Starting at power forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 11, Michael Beasley. In the middle, standing 6 foot 11, number 54, Enes Kanter. Starting at shooting guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 36, Marcus Smart. The other forward position, standing 6 foot 8, number 0, Jason Tatum. The other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 5, Kemba Walker. Your head coach is Brad Stevens. Let's hear it for your Boston Celtics.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. You look at Utah. Everyone on this team is pleased with the beginning of the season. They're playing so well right now, 5 consecutive wins.
You know, for some teams, it just takes a little time to get into a groove and to find your rhythm at the start of the season. But this group's been different. You know, they've been playing like they have that proverbial chip on their shoulder since day one.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got Mitchell. Gobert is out there with Davis. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Conley in at the point guard position. Now, here's Mitchell. Stolen by Smart. Over Mitchell, and Smart the bucket on the assist by Tatum. Smart's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Celtics. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs, but he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And the first one at the line is good.
Look, Mike Conley, he's the kind of point guard who does all of the little things. Smart, solid on offense and defense, and consistent with production. He's a true floor leader. I mean, his impact, it goes beyond the numbers, way beyond the numbers.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. And Chris, for Conley, it took some time for him to grow into the leader he's become.
And think about this, foolishly, so many people thought Conley might be a draft bust early in his career. Think about that. I mean, it took him a few seasons to become comfortable with his game in the NBA, as some players do. I mean, he's done nothing but improve and refine his game since entering the league.
Here's Conley. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Here's Gobert. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Utah comes into this one after the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive end.
And Utah has possession. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Conley surveying the D. It's tipped. Now here's Smart. 11-point game his last outing. Shots good by Walker.
This is the thing about Walker. He will challenge you from the perimeter. He will challenge you inside also.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Conley kicks to Davis. Walker against Gobert. Pass to Conley. From 12 feet out. Another miss by Utah. Celtics have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Cantor throws it down.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Yeah, and it goes beyond the small lead that they've built. They really captured the momentum.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Brad Stevens. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. They might have to try a few different approaches till they find one that works.
Well, Greg, I think the best approach is a solid motion offense, a lot of back cuts, ball movement side to side. Against a team with this kind of defense, good movement is always the key to breaking them down.
This season, right now in the beginning stages, but some teams, Chris, already exceeding expectations. How do they keep that momentum? How do they keep things rolling along in that way?
You have to do that in the locker room and in practice. You have to make sure that you stick to the coach's rules and roles. And you have to remember your success was built and predicated upon doing it the right way. And so how do you make sure you keep that focus and pay attention to details and especially the little things and stick with the basics?
Good stuff. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. That one drops for him. Mitchell's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it, opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Beasley against Gobert. Gobert with the block, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics.
Gordon Hayward.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Shot clock at 6. That's a two-pointer from Walker. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Walker's got 6 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Davis in the corner. To the left wing. Conley with the three. No good. And the Celtics going the other way now. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them because for long stretches they were the better team.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Hayward. Last game out he had 14. Buries it down low. Hayward's got his first points in this one.
Anyway, talk about a coach who gets the most out of his guys and what he has to work with. I mean, that's none other than Brad Stevens. I mean, he's done it for years. First in college, now on the greatest level.
Celtics leading by 8. Outside, Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Michael Conley picks one up.
And the speed of Walker, I mean, it's sensational. He can switch gears and an active player on both ends. Oh, man, you talk about making the engine run. Kemba Walker, he's the man. Lightning quick, stronger than he looks. I mean, this man is a competitor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And with Walker, the effort's always there. But, Chris, so is the production.
I mean, he has some of the best handles in the game. He's going to generate offense for you. He's a good bet for 20 or more points a game, 5 to 6 assists, and provides tremendous leadership.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Brown comes in for Jason Tatum. And ABC subbed in for Smart.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
Jazz trail by 10. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Moutier kicks to Ingles. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Tice.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
And a wide open look for Walker. And a miss there on the triple. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Green. Here's Udo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. 8-point game. Korver kicks to Moutier. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles passes to Green. Here's Udo. Rebound Boston. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a sloppy effort? I mean, turnovers were a huge issue. Now, they don't have to play safe tonight, but they do have to play smart.
And so it's Boston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And, Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Then it's ABC. Then it's Williams. And it's Tice in at the four-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. It's Brown on the wing. Ingles covering. Down low. It's stolen by Korver. Hayward against Ingles. Udo kicks to Korver. Back to Udo. Moutier passes to Green. Clock at 6. Over Williams. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Green. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Utah calls timeout. You played, C-Web, for a number of different teams. How did you personally measure an organization's quality?
It starts at the top. It's the commitment to winning. It's the little things, caring for players, everyone else there on the staff as people first. And then also setting the tone, letting people know that we're a winning organization. You know, I've been to some organization, and the word winning has never come up from the top brass, if you could believe it or not. So you know who wants to win. You see the intensity on the owner's face. You see the intensity on everyone's face as well. And you can tell by that passion whose foxhole you're in.
Boston making some changes. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Daniel Tice, and it's Tatum in for Gordon Hayward. Boston on D. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Korver kicks to Moutier. Ingles passes to Green. Clock at 6. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Oh, man, what about the ascension of Jaylen Brown? I mean, come on. He's an uber athlete, super smart, strong, long wingspan, and very raw coming into the league.
And the development period for Brown could have been longer, but he was thrust into a leading role.
Oh, come on. He had to play extra minutes. I mean, those injuries. But most importantly, he had to create offense. Ball handling may have been his biggest weakness when he entered the league, but he's already turned that into a strength.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Jaylen Brown was giving quite the compliment on his game from Draymond Green, who felt, Greg, that Brown was good enough to be an all-star.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I'd be fully on board with that assessment in terms of last year, but I do think he's well on his way to becoming an all-star. His scoring and offensive impact continues to grow each year, and he's shown a great knack on the defensive side as well. Terrific two-way player. The sky is the limit.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
Conley finds Gobert. Mitchell right side. Pass to Conley. Over Brown. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Clippers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, there's Utah, 3 games behind.
And I think for the Jazz, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Yeah, they'll be there in the playoffs. I'm sure of that. It's just a matter of how high they'll be seated.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Marcus Smart comes in for Brown. And a switcher also for Utah. Davis is checked in. Celtics leading by 13. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Beasley outside. It's stolen by Gobert. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Mitchell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. First one falls for him. C-Webb, a great defensive team last season. What's surprising is that the Celtics didn't create that many turnovers, though.
Yeah, 23rd in the league in steals. They don't gamble a lot, but they are active and they're relentless. And they have a coach who makes great in-game adjustments.
And Mitchell drops them both. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C-Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curve on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
The Celtics making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Conley. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Mitchell with it. He's picked up by Walker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. Rudy Gobert, number 1.
He is a finisher, plain and simple. That field goal percentage just absolutely jumps out at you. It borders on astonishing.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Celtics leading by 7. And here's Smart. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Ed Davis. See, Webb, if there were ever a player where stats did not tell the whole story, it would be Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you look to his line every night, you'd think he was just another role player. But Smart, he's a difference maker. Tough, physical. I mean, he makes winning plays.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
And the second free throw, good. And Greg with Smart, when he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Inside. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket for Mitchell.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Walker against Conley.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
That free throw good from Walker. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Beasley. Kemba Walker hits them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And it's good, 2 points. Mitchell's got 10.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Walker the pass to Tice. Now here's Cantor. Pass to Smart. Celtics passing it around. 6 to shoot. There's Walker with the 3. Boston again missing. Jazz trail by 6. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Conley kicks to Davis. Bogdanovich passes to Conley. Now Gobert. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia. Bucket is good. He's got 6.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
From deep, Walker.
The active hands of Conley, adept at using his quickness to pester whoever he's on.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics out in front. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do in the second half?
You just got to keep playing, keep taking the shots, and that's not the issue as much as us not executing on offense. And when we don't score, sometimes our defense lags as well.
Everybody wants to see the ball go in the basket first, right? Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their effort.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, and a few times he's done a good job of initiating contact, yet getting the foul called on the defender.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Utah, Bogdanovich out there with Davis, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Conley, and it's Mitchell in at the 2 spot. Jazz trail by 4. Right side, Conley. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. Walker against Conley. From deep three-point range. That shot missing. So the Celtics will take it the other way. It's off to Charlotte for them after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Beasley inside. Davis is on it. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Walker's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Celtics. Conley against Walker. Conley finds Gobert. And here is Mitchell. Knocked loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Celtics.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Boston making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Hayward comes in for Tatum, and it's Brown in for Marcus Smart. Utah also making some changes. Green comes in for Davis, and it's Korver in for Donovan Mitchell. It's Bogdanovich on the wing, defended by Hayward, and Gobert kicks to Conley. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. So in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to Sacramento later in my career. It would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Jazz trail by 6. Korver kicks to Conley. To the paint. Green up on top. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. 5 on the clock. Outside Conley. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Conley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, you got to be up on Conley. He has tremendous understanding for when to attempt these long shots.
Here's Beasley. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Utah calls timeout. And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch-and-shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone. And really, his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Michael Beasley. And ABC subbed in for Kemba Walker. Utah also making some changes. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Moutier in for Kyle Korver. Ingles against Hayward. Ingles kicks to Moutier. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Utah shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Moutier. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Langford. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now the dish to Williams. Tipped away. It's stolen by Udo. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Williams.
Jason Tatum.
Ingles against Hayward. The pass to Langford. He kicks it to Tatum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game. We've got 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Here's Langford, guarded by Green. That one falls. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
Conley, the pass to Green. Moutier kicks to Ingles. Five to shoot. The tray. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Hayward can hit.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one on him.
Inside, out to Conley. Pass to Moutier. On the wing, Green. Over Hayward. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Green.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
36 seconds left to play here in the third. Langford, the pass to Hayward. Over Green, and Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got his third basket of the night right there.
Nice job by Hayward. Picture perfect form on that jumper. I mean, even with the hand in his face.
Outside Conley. Passes it to Green. Over Hayward. And it's good off the back rim and in. And that's now 6 points for Jeff Green. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Celtics lead by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Kemba Walker. Also, Marcus Smart is out there. Tatum out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Tice in at the 4 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Moutier dishes to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 13.
I love the way Walker plays defense. He gets right in the grill of his man.
Smart against Mitchell. Tice kicks to Kanter. Pass to Smart. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by Udoh. Jazz trail by 3. Moutier with the ball. Mitchell outside. The pass to Udoh. Over Kanter. Udoh gets the bucket. Udoh's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Utah. Celtics shooting well, 50% from the floor. Outside, Walker. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
Now, I like the guts of Walker. I mean, one of the smaller players in the league, but he still attacks the defense inside.
Utah calls timeout. Beasley's checked in for the Celtics. Utah also making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Joe Ingles. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said, guys, we have got to get back in transition, run on the court and score in our early offense, and that will help our transition defense. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, Kevin.
Here's Mitchell. That's tipped.
Unbelievable rejection from Smart there. Really using his insane vertical to send that one back. Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Now here's Moutier, guarded by Walker. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his third foul of the game. Davis against Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. The shot from the low post is good.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Here's Walker. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
That's a good idea for Walker. Get the D thinking about a jump shot and open up the passing lane.
Smart deciding where to go with it. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Gobert with the block. Here's Mitchell. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. 15 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Walker against Gobert. Gobert with the block. And he recovers it. Shots good by Walker. Jazz trail by 5. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way over Moutier. Gobert with the block. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the Jazz making a change here. Conley's checked in. Off the inbound. Rebounded by the Jazz.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Mitchell against Smart. Puts it up from 12. Good work defensively by Smart.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Conley against Walker. 6 to shoot. A nice shot by Tatum.
Yeah, and off the catch. Tatum now has a quicker shot release. Probably a little better balance as well.
Jazz trail by 8. Now, here's Mitchell. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. .137 left to play in the final quarter. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Back to Mitchell. 3-pointer. Another miss by Utah.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. Clean 3-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
Walker the pass to Tatum. Back to Walker. Pass to Smart. Tries a 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Boston.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Walker.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And he can't get the first one. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them to within 10.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated and miss even one free throw right now.
To the inside. It's deflected. Here's Beasley. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Mitchell. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. And here's Walker. Kicks to Cantor. Beasley against Davis. Lock at 6. Davis with the double team. Beasley with a clean look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, a great win over a very explosive team tonight.
Yeah, they're a team you got to be physical with them. You know, you can't let them get a rhythm going with the scores and the talent that they have. So we had to really match their intensity, and I thought it was a great win.
I know that's what you guys work on extensively in the show tonight. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long, everyone.